And we're live. All right, 11 days to go, and this one may be very quick, very short. We're thinking of having some trees removed on the property, and the wife negotiated with the guy yesterday, and he told us if you want, we can come first thing in the morning and get the job done or wait 2 weeks. So she opted for that. So the whole day is thrown into disarray. Uh, I was outside getting things moved around out in the yard to make way for them. They should be coming here at any moment and putting a day in. But looking in, it takes a few days, and I had some time this morning and looked around, and all kinds of wonderful things came up. It appears the rallies that Harris has do so well. They had former President Obama and Bruce Springsteen show up to one. I guess if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, it was a good rally to go to. So they're resorting to having, celebrities and ex presidents and that. So that was fun. But if you really want to get into, I don't know if any of you guys know, the real conspiracy theory is redacted. Okay, with that one guy, just go to redacted, and he covers a whole variety of topics. Granted, it's kind of leaning to one side and gets extreme. He's the one who was talking about how they control the weather and that. But he got one out, and it covers several interesting topics. One, the war in the Ukraine, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Supposedly, they're bringing in North Korean troops, and then we're told they're deserting once they get there, and they're bringing in more. But the thing is, where are they deserting to, and where, if you bring these people from North Korea, where are they going to go into Ukraine and Russia? It makes no sense. Or it just could be a political part of the monkey show. Okay. Um, then we hear that Zelensky has even said he's ready to negotiate for peace or whatever. But then the guy said again, you're getting another news report where he's asking to join NATO and needs nuclear weapons. So I guess you can't figure it out one way or the other. The only thing that I do know is that things are not going well for Ukraine and the Ukrainian people, just the people themselves. The government or whoever the hell is running it, I don't know what these people. They're more corrupt than anything we have ever seen, maybe. But yeah, it's just the people are suffering. There's something terrible. Um, and the country's in ruin. And I doubt very much that anybody's going to rebuild anything there. Okay, So they had the war thing going on. And then the big thing is that the BRICS nations are meeting in Russia, and dear old Putin is running the whole show there. It's his party. And they're discussing their plans to break away from the dollar. So this, which I believe, this is kind of true. They've been buying up gold so much. Gold hit another all-time high a few days ago. And they're buying it up to back their central banks up, and have a gold-backed currency. It's going in crazy. It could be, I don't know if that's a political thing. Once they get the hell out of North Korea, they're just taking off. I don't know where they're going to go to, but that's, I haven't seen any photos of them running. Okay. I've seen a lot of other things going down, but nothing like that. But going back to the BRICS, that's what's going to hurt us. And you can see it. Everything is so volatile. Silver keeps trying to shoot up, and then it goes back down. And, there are discussions, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to go to $1,500 an ounce. Well, in reality, you kind of can't do that. see, without having hyperinflation or the dollar collapsing. Okay. It, because the stuff is used in all the electronics, your car. Yes, it's used in missiles and spacecraft and that, but it's used in everyday items we have: televisions, solar panels. It goes up to $1,500 an ounce. It's going to totally screw up the commercial market, the economy, and everything. So I doubt that will happen. Gold is used to an extent in manufacturing, but not as much as silver. Okay. And the reason is silver is less expensive. I'm not quite sure. But now we got the gun geek here. I didn't get to that section because, like I said, I'm waiting for these people to come do the work. So I had to get up and do something. But they said it looks like they're going to run Trudeau out of office or something up there in Canada. That's another big thing. Canadian government has got a bit of a shakeup up there. So Canada, once again, is kind of in the spotlight for stuff going on. And the same thing. And you, what was it? I looked up the odds in Vegas for somebody. Somebody said they were betting or something on one of these chats, and I looked up the Vegas odds, and it's in Trump's favor. But a lot of people are saying it's neck and neck tie, and they're showing how the swing states are important for the electoral vote in this, and how it's all going to go. And you can watch it. It drive you nuts because the guy's showing these things and he's flashing it. And of course, if our friend Peter was here, he'd say that what's his name declared Harris the winner. So he knows with his 13 key steps that he's right, and he's never been wrong in 40 years. And who the hell knows? So then, they also did mention, somebody brought up the E. coli thing with McDonald's, that, and of course they put it in a suspicious light. But, this does happen, and it happens to major food chains. It's kind of a coincidence that it happened the same day or the day after that Trump went there and did the thing in Pennsylvania. Then all of a sudden they're shutting down McDonald's, and the health, or the Center for Disease Control, CDC, stepped in and shut down their supply chain. I guess it came from onions, not so much to meat. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing there. I'm not quite sure. I heard something about some sort of, whatever the reason is. I'm not 100% versed on it, but I guess a couple of the fellows from up there told me that is coming. There's investigations or whatever politically is going on there. It don't look good for them, put it that way. But that's surprising. Okay, that's another thing. And then, like I said, I'm worried more about the economy. There's so much debt that if they do pull this off and they're attacking the dollar. Okay, but like he said in the thing, when you got the invitation to come there, they told you, because I guess all the credit card companies, all the banks, part of this embargo, are not functioning there. The ATMs are not functioning. Usually overseas, when you go to an ATM, depending on the bank, and I think there was only one bank. It was like when you're traveling there was one bank that would handle any type of transaction in Eastern Europe or Russia or whatever, and they stopped doing it. There should be an ATM where you could go and get either US dollars or euros. But when they're all coming to this BRICS meeting in Russia, they told them that the ATMs are not working. The bank has cut off everything, shut down. They're not operating there. Your credit cards, your debit cards and that, any kind of electronic payments have all been cut off. So he told them, when you come to this meeting, bring cash, either US dollars or euros, and that is what the Russian banks will take, convert to rubles. And then I guess for your meals or hotel or whatever, you got to pay in rubles. Okay. So it sounds kind of odd to me, but, and of course, when you hear a realistic view of it, his, like I said, his view is one sided, that they're pinging on the dollar, they're hitting, and our economy is not in good shape. And it's not. And that's the reason why these foreign countries are kind of doing this. But when it comes down to it, when you hear about it realistically, somebody analyzes this, there's a lot of uh, discord in this whole arrangement. Okay, China's trying to be the one in charge, and Russia's supposedly in charge, and then India's in there. And then there's some countries that kind of went in, now kind of stepped out to the sideline on this maybe position. And then there are some of the larger countries like South Africa, and somebody was calling for there only certain countries can vote on matters, where other countries can belong but do not have the right to vote or make decisions in this whole system. So there's a lot of discord amongst all these countries. They really can't come to an agreement. And that's why you can say, okay, yeah, I see their plan. I know what they're trying to do. Is it going to work? Okay, because the people that control these banks and create this situation, they see all of this way ahead of time, and they have steps to where if somebody tries to pull this, they have something they can do to stop this or throw a monkey wrench in or something. So again, I don't think it's going to go as fast as they want it to, or even if they do get it going, that's what they're all afraid of, is this indecisiveness or arguing amongst each other is going to screw the whole thing up. So who knows? And then I think I mentioned it, that Harris is, yeah, I did. Had Bruce Springsteen and Obama with her on a stage, try to draw the people in. Because truthfully, a lot of people say nobody's showing up to rallies. Okay. So you can believe whatever you want, but it's crazy. The political situation, again, is unstable. Places where you can vote early have had record turnout, and people have been voting early. Okay. So I guess this is kind of in case there's any type of last minute issues with the internet, Wi-Fi, or the power grid. It's kind of a good idea. Some people do not like the idea of voting early. Their stance is that they have an idea of what they can try to flood or whatever, or what they need or something to sway the difference. But the narrative here is that it's a very tight neck and neck race, which means that it's going to turn into a quagmire once election day's over, with who won, who's this. We got to recount the ballots and this, and it could drag on for a while. A lot of people think it will for a bit. And it's like they said, no matter who supposedly wins, it's going to be contested, and a lot of people are not going to be happy because this country is so divided now with our population here, that no matter what, there's going to be issues, and that's the thing. And like I said, I've been busy today. I got everything running here. And I made a video saying the days of the cheap Turkish shotguns are over. And I have to say I was mistaken. The brands that I purchased, the inventory has been cleared out, but they have been replaced by other brands, which um, actually I was rooting around. I was sorting out what I'm done with testing, and I found two other items that were on sale this week at a price, and I'll discuss that when I make the video, that I can't refuse. And also, Mr. Gun Geek, I went and dug out all of my things in a garage for the 380-200. I found I still have some bullets. I found my brass. I found my bullet molds. I got 3 different bullet molds. If that video come up today, if you've seen it. And I got all the firearms that will use that particular caliber out there, these revolvers. And probably today, once we get things started, I may be out in the garage getting some bullets ready and try to whip up some ammo and, be out shooting them along with the new guns, along with somebody asked me to do another load. One of the members wants me to use a different powder in the 30 carbine. And I believe, are they showing up? Yeah, I believe the crew's here to do my tree cutting. So I hear the vehicles coming. So I have to go, guys. I'll try to get one out tomorrow morning. But thanks for you fellows that showed up. Unfortunately, I got to cut out early here. I got some stuff going on. All right. Hit the like button and subscribe, gentlemen.